And yesterday I had a conversation with my friend, and we're basically talking about how we subconsciously disqualify ourselves from making certain moves because we think we are not good enough or we are not qualified enough for it, you know. And the way this happens really is that we compare ourselves with the best, performers in a particular field or a particular sector. And he was given an example where it was like, he had a background in IT and tech, but he felt he was not good enough to pursue a career in it because, as at that time, there were certain people he knew that were great at it. So it was like, I'm definitely not on this level. I don't really think this is what I should do, long term. Let me find something else that's, more natural to me, which in a way is correct, right? But the truth is, there are people in that field now that are doing it that are probably not even half as good as you are. But the challenge is that your brain automatically defaults to comparing yourself with the best that you know in that field, and it almost feels like, if I can't do it on this level, then I should not do it. And most times it is wrong, because you see, there are different levels of success and performance. A lot of times the person you're even comparing yourself with is likely like the 1% of the 1%, and it doesn't mean that you can't really do it. And so, it really got me thinking also about how there were certain things I wanted to do as well in the past, where I just felt like, I'm not really sure, if I do this thing, I can be the best top 5 in the world. And I was like, let me find something else. The truth is that that metric is robbing you of a lot of things, because there are a lot of things you would do that would be transformational for your life, but you don't necessarily need to be at the top, at like the highest level, and people stop doing things because they compare themselves with the most visible people in that space, or people that are doing like the biggest things in that space, and that becomes the benchmark, and say, oh, I really don't think I can get to this level, or I can do it at this certain level. And it's one of the things where it's something that happens to people that are very smart, because you have a default of excellence where in your head you're like, this thing I am doing, I have to be the best at it. It's an examination mindset, where every single task to you feels like an exam and you must pass it at the highest level, but you really don't. It's one of the liberating things I have learned. You can really just do things and try things out and test it. You don't necessarily need to, every single thing I do, I want to be world class in it. It's unnecessary pressure, and it's unrealistic. You're probably putting yourself under pressure that you don't need. There are very few things that you can genuinely be world class in, and in fact, most times just either one or two. There are a lot of other things that you will be very good, you perform at a very good level, and you can still be in that space. You can still do it. What I'm just trying to say is that you are probably robbing yourself of opportunities that you should have taken because you feel you are not good enough, or you are never going to get to a certain level of mastery, or you compare yourself with people in that field that are already at a certain level and they look so far ahead, and you're like, I am not sure I would ever get to this. And one of the interesting things is that there are opportunities that you would have lost that you didn't even know you would have gotten. Like, it's one of those things where you really don't know what could have happened, and so you remain comfortable within your space. This is what I know, this is what I'm very good at. But for you to really change and experience something different, a lot of times it's like, what, I'm just try out something else. It doesn't have to be the best thing you've done, or you don't necessarily have to be the top 1%. Free yourself and try out things. Yeah.